That countdown has the gayest music. Well, you guys are going to get a hell of a show because if you guys watched the Bros last night, I feel like I've been cooped up for too long. I haven't really YouTubed too much. Pontificate has been kind of on the back burner. I've been tearing my house to pieces and putting it back together. And this was the first day, believe it or not, that we had peace. There's no workers in the house. Dog isn't getting crazy, none of that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it's like Michael Jackson when he was doing the facial surgery. Like you just can't stop with one thing. You got to keep going until your nose falls off. And so we were just going to do a simple remod with the kitchen. And so now I was going to do the bathroom. I put pictures up of that. The bathroom is almost done. Baseboards, ripped all those up, and put a new kitchen in. And so now the other day I got a wild hair and I was like, I can't stand these baseboards. So we ripped all the baseboards up in the entire house. So for 2 days, workers, me, and just nonsense going on. So anyway, I feel like I'm getting out, it's like school's out and the summer has just hit. So I'm ready to go, amped, having a good time, some energy here. We got not the bros, we got the pontificators in here, and we got some good topics. We're going to have a great time tonight. The bros usually runs about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it looks like we got some good guys in the chat already. We got Randy Howell. We got Tell him 29. What does he say? He says won't be able to stay long. Got an app today. I don't know what that means. Got an app. What is this? G2C2. I have no idea, but yeah, listen to Randy. He always knows what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Leg kick. We got in the house. It's not a party unless you get kicked by a leg. Yeah, well, let me get the guys in. We got a newbie in here. He's not new to the CG world, but he's new here, and it's Mr. Darren Wagner. What's up?
Hey, yes, APPT, that's appointment, and then it's actually good to see you, G2CU. Just so you're aware. It's okay. I had to translate too. I had to look it up.
I don't know these kids, the way they talk these days, Darren. It's just nonsense.
But you're the first person in a long time that I've heard say WWII.
You son of a! Oh wait! No, I have to back up before I throw you in. So you have heard somebody say that before?
Yes. It used to. I had professors that called it WWII all the time, and not WW2, just because they wanted to give it more gravitas than like a sequel title. So
yeah.
So that's,
okay. So just to back up, I said this on the Bros the other night, and I got crucified by Billy and Graham. And they're like, I've never heard that before. You're just making shit up, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I've heard it before.
Yeah, that used to be the proper way to verbally abbreviate World War II.
Yeah, well, there you go. You know what, Darren? You got to hang out with me. We got to be closer, because then you can like defend my honor. Like some kind of knight from the the round table in the medieval times. Gonna fight for my honor. All right. Look at poor Clint. We've lost him. Clint Helinski. Oh, I thought you were snoozing. Looked like your head was back, like you were crashed.
I am here. No worries, gentlemen.
thought we were boring the shit out.
No, just cleaning off my glasses so I can see what the hell's going on in the world here.
It looked like you were doing this.
I was cleaning my glasses.
Is that how you clean your glasses?
That is exactly how I clean.
Oh wait, you're one of those guys that does this, cleans it, and then does this. Is that?
I never look at them. I just wipe my T-shirt on them, and I figure they're clean afterwards.
Have you ever wiped your T-shirt after a crazy night with pizza?
Probably.
Grease. Yeah, the grease right into
And
your.
then I realized that there's grease on the glasses. So
Yeah. So what is this, Darren? What is this?
Oh, I got a whole box of lens wipes.
Oh, lens wipes.
Right here, just in case. I get the slightest smudge on my glasses. It drives me nuts, and I gotta grab one of those and
My wife bought me a box of those, and you know where it's at?
Oh no.
I don't know where it's at either.
Probably hoarding it somewhere.
My T-shirt is right here. I know right where it is. If it's
exactly, man.
Grease on it. Well,
so there's no harm, no foul. Oh, Darren, you got a shipment of something. What did you have? I saw it.
Yeah, I got this today. And you know, I backed it twice because I'm a loyal backer of the.
It looks even better in color.
It does. It looks way better in color than in my my security cam here. But no, and then when he came out with when Trump won, he came out with this cover. I'm like, shut up and take it from me.
I was pretty proud. I was pretty proud of that cover. That cover turned out really nice. I thought.
Yeah.
You know what? It like that cover dates me back to like the black and white TV days. It actually looks like it could have been a clip from a TV show or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Wait. Okay, Leg Kick says he's getting us going already. Jim Carrey is supposed to play the Jetsons live action movie. Would he be George Jetson? He's a little old.
He would be, but
you can still pull it off.
If it's a cartoon, it is live action. Okay, but I bet you it's going to be CGI up the wazoo, which you kind of.
Oh yeah, no, everything will be now.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think visually it could be amazing because I like that retro kind of sci-fi future. But Jim Carrey seems a little old. I would actually like to. What is it, Mr. Spacely?
The Fallout show on Amazon is retro futurism based on the video games. So it's like it takes place in 2077, but the 1950s never ended aesthetically. So it looks like the 50s, but it's really the future. You got household robots and things. You should check that out if you like the Jetsons, because
I heard somebody making correlations between the new Fantastic Four and that Fallout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I think visually it could work, but I think Carrey would be a great. Is his name Mr. Spacely? Spacely Sprockets, remember?
George Jetson. But they're gonna push. If it's Carrey, he's gonna be the star of it, and then they're gonna build the movie around him with the Jetsons theme. So.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I wonder who they get to play. They get Scarlett Johansson to play Jane, his wife.
Yeah. Well, that'd be solid. That'd be solid casting.
And Anya Taylor-Joy as Judy.
Yeah.
No, what's her name? The controversial chick with the jeans. What's her name?
Oh yeah, Sydney Sweeney is Jane.
That would work.
They're all
the daughter. June? Is it? What is the daughter?
Jane. No. What is daughter? Judy.
Elroy.
Daughter Judy.
The son.
And Elroy. Yeah. And then of course the dog will just be CGI.
Yeah.
Almost CGI the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood studios are salivating at the aspect of getting rid of CGI studios and all the money and just dumping stuff into AI that can just do it so much cheaper and so much faster.
Yeah.
Like the transition. I can't wait to see the first transition movie that comes out with it.
Yeah.
Randy says probably The Boss. So Randy agrees with me. Mr. Spacely Sprockets.
It would make more sense, but I mean, he's still a big enough name, and those Mario, or what is it? What are the last movies he did? Was it Mario or what were the
Dr.
video
Robotnik, Mean Machine? Dr. Robotnik wasn't he? What didn't he play?
Yeah, what movies were those?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name of it too, because I was never like a a video game guy.
Yeah.
But those
The last
movies
one
did huge.
Yeah. The last one I really remember was what was that? It was a silly movie. There were some good moments, but it was Carrie was in it, and they were magicians.
Lemony Snicket.
Burt Wonderstone or some stupid thing.
Oh God!
My
Was
daughter
he in
and I
that?
saw
Was
it.
he
And
in that thing?
it was
That
Burt
was that was a
Wonderstone.
Steve Carell vehicle. And
Right. Yeah, we saw it in the plane going
Hedgehog,
somewhere.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that's what. It was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Somebody said he was really good in it. Yeah.
Well, and those movies made bank. They made
Yeah.
so like Jim Carrey can still write his own ticket because those movies did huge. Like he picked smart movies for him to keep himself relevant, and that one really he'll be able to headline for the next 10 years just off of that movie alone.
Yeah, he was absolutely disturbing in that Burt Wonderstone. He was the best part of that movie. But I don't know. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna speak my piece. The reason I say he's too old is because there's two young kids that are the Jetson kids.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess if the wife is really, really young, you know what I mean, we can pull it off.
The studio will fudge with all of it, and the kids will be teenagers, and then they'll make him look like he's 50 and the wife is 40 and the kids are 13. And
it's weird because other than the intro to that show, I can't remember any real episodes or any of it.
No.
I don't remember any situations. I don't remember anything. Like the Flintstones, I remember situations. I don't like the Jetsons. Other than the intro, which is really cool, it's fun. I don't think there's much there.
No, I don't think the Jetsons lasted much longer than a year or two. I think. I mean, Flintstones was
from
on
that
for years.
era. I remember Scooby-Doo plots, and I remember some Super Friends stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I remember the Jetsons, I remember the Flintstones, but like when you're talking like stories, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Do you guys remember? Okay, Hanna-Barbera. I mean, I know there's a lot of love and hate, but like you got to give Hanna-Barbera, like they broke a lot of ground. I mean, that whole like primetime cartoon thing, that's them. There would be no Simpsons. There would be none of that Family Guy. There'd be none of that stuff.
100%.
But you guys remember a show, an obscure show that they put out, and it was prime time. It was called Roman Holiday.
Ooh. No.
Let me see if I can find a still from it. Roman.
It was like animated in prime time.
Yeah, and it was a cartoon. I guess there was a movie with Audrey Hepburn called Roman Holiday.
Oh yeah,
I gotta say cartoon.
That I remember.
Roman Holiday cartoon. There it is. Okay.
Well, that's the thing is these guys, all these studios, they were trying stuff out. It was literally throw stuff against the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
What can we make money with? And that's where you get your most creative stuff. And it might not get picked up. It might last for a season, but then you sit and you remember that season for 20 years because it was so creative and fun.
Yeah.
And it's like the studio people are not seeing the instant money flowing in from it. And I mean, there's a long history of that in sci-fi and animation. Oh yeah. I've no recollection.
No recollection at all. It's funny though, because Hanna-Barbera actually it made a lot more cartoons than people realize. They had divisions. They had their Flintstones and Jetsons division. They had their Super Friends division, obviously, when that kicked off in '73, and then you had a whole other division of cartoons that were all like based on the Scooby-Doo formula. Where you had like Speed Buggy and Jabberjaw and teenage characters with a talking anthropomorphic something. That was the other.
That was their shtick, But there's one more prime time. There's one more prime time, and this is the template for Family Guy, all of that stuff. And it was called, what was it called? Wait Till Your Father Gets Home. They had the hippie daughter. It was like a 70s kind of thing. So there was like the slacker older son, and he looked like Shaggy. And it was kind of like Archie Bunker. It was kind of like like a cartoon version of All in the Family. Yeah. It was called Wait Till Your Father Gets Home. And obviously, that's what mothers said to their kids when they were acting out. Mm-hmm. So, they didn't want to take the heat for scolding their kids. They, pawn that off on the dad. So then the whole thing was, that was kind of the scene. And I think there might have been a youngest, but, and he was the smart guy, the youngest kid is the most intelligent. And then they had the hippie daughter, which was the middle, flower power, all that stuff. And then just the slacker that looked like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. That seemed like the, Hanna-Barbera's go-to, right?
Yeah. They had laugh tracks in a lot of their cartoons too, which I've always had a problem with laugh tracks just in general, but having them in a cartoon, especially, are we supposed to believe that we're with an audience watching this cartoon on a big screen? Is it, but they had like Scooby-Doo meets Phyllis Diller and Scooby-Doo meets the Three Stooges, and they oftentimes would get the actual voices of these people. I think Sonny and Cher were in one, and it was just,
Sonny and Cher. Let's get the Osmond brothers in there. Let's get the Jackson 5.
They might
it was the 70s, man. You cross over with everything that you could.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, like the 70s,
you crossovered with.
Yeah, the 70s were like variety shows.
Oh, 100%.
And so then the variety show gave birth to kind of like Love Boat, where they would have like the guest du jour.
Yeah.
Speaking of guest du jour, Pedro Ang.
How are you doing, guys?
Hey,
are you drunk?
Good, Pedro. Good to see you, brother.
No.
You got that when will the hurting stop look on your face. What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been commissioned to basically prep up an animated show, and it's been working nonstop since Friday last week. So I'm gonna just listen to you guys.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were sitting on one of those what is that called? Hemorrhoid pillows. Like you're
what? No, maybe I am. Who knows?
Oh God, my butt.
Do you want to make something of it, Art?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that Pedro's here, the show's going to get monumentally better. Because Pedro brings so much, even when he's drunk, like he is right now. You know what, Pedro? You're way better than Todd Mulrooney on this show.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but we love Todd.
That's the only reason he's still showing up, is because we love him, and I don't really know why. But there's something about Todd. It's an undefinable thing. You ever meet somebody that's just undefinable? It's like, I like that
definable
guy.
Yeah.
Like
it's definable.
Like in a short bus kind of way, special ed.
He's kind of like Morn on Deep Space Nine. He's a part of the atmosphere of quarks, right?
Yeah.
Never says anything.
I don't know, Pedro. That short bus thing that even hurt me. Like
I know.
I was like, that's pretty cruel. But you know what? Todd's not here, and the best time to kick somebody is when they're down. So,
exactly.
This is going to be the Hurt Todd show. Mm-hmm. But hey, since you're here, Pedro, I don't know if you heard the news, but the Rock legend. Are you sitting down on your herpes?
My pillow is in position.
Your herpes pillow. It's a new invention.
Oh, herpes pillow. Yeah, that's
your herpes pillow. Look at Clint about
very 60s of you
looking out of the show. But Ace Frehley. I thought there was all kinds of people saying, "Oh, he had a stroke. But the pontificators, being who we are, we did a deep dive, and we found out he just fell down.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like, those guys are getting up there in age.
Oh yeah.
And remember when Mick Jagger fell on stage? Everybody was like, "Oh no!" Like,
it's been a while.
Broke his hip.
Thought he was not gonna get up because he's like 80 something, and he just came out like a rooster. Like,
made it part of the show.
So yeah,
it was all adrenaline. He had shattered his hip, but he didn't care. You know.
Yeah.
Like
That's
James
why I'm
Brown.
making a new band with my brother. It's gonna be called Senile Dementia. Rock and roll is old now.
It is.
It is.
You know why? You know why? It's because nothing else is good and nothing's selling. I heard that a lot of these rock bands from the 70s, 80s, whatever, they're selling their catalogs, and their catalogs are worth more than like most of these touring acts right now because they're getting rotation, they're getting airplay. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But let me read this, okay?
But it seems like none of these kids listen to rock music whatsoever. There's like no rock music out there in pop culture.
No.
No, the thing is, they're just not getting recorded. That's the
and
problem.
there's no place to play it. There's no like radio or anything like that.
Like nobody's covering it. It's like country music and then a little bit of pop, and that's it.
Yeah, and reggaeton singers.
Okay, this is Ace Frehley with the triple chins going to town here.
Man, look at that.
So Kiss founding guitarist Ace Frehley had his long history taking falls often on stage due to the boots he wore. Somebody's got to make a joke. Everybody's got to be Pedro Ang. Usually he would keep playing through the fall, but a fall this week in his studio. It wasn't even on stage. If you're gonna go down with your boots on, right? Go down on stage. Okay.
With those huge Kiss boots.
Yeah. He wears them all the time, Pedro.
Well, and if this happened in this studio, then either somebody like went behind his back, or he had somebody out there just to like get attention to the press. To put it out that he fell in the studio, because
it's weird. Because
who's there to see it?
Here's the press release. Dear Rockers, on Frehley's Instagram page, Ace had a minor fall in his studio, resulting in a trip to the hospital. That's all they say. They don't say broken hip, concussion, or anything. And it said the post continued that Frehley, against his wishes, had to refrain from travel and resulting in canceling performances. Oh, it's just I thought it was a tour. There was a lot of over-exaggeration on this, by the way, early on. The post, okay, so it's the travel resulting in canceling a performance in Antelope Valley Fair in Lancaster. I've been there. That's a bullshit forum for, place to play on Friday.
Like a coffee house.
No, this is like a carnival. It's like a fair.
It's like a chicken wing place.
Yeah. So then it says, please go to the fair to support his friends in Quiet Riot and Vixen. I think there's only one support.
Quiet Riot and Vixen. That's nice headliners.
At a fair. So you see, this is what I'm talking about. Like rock and roll, we're playing in fairs now.
Okay, so it says Ace looks forward to continuing on his tour and finishing his work on the next album, Origins Volume 4. The post concludes. Fans were quick to offer well wishes. You know what? This is a non-article because I heard that he had a stroke. I heard that the whole tour was canceled. Like this is kind of nothing.
I heard that.
You should have rooted it out when you heard that Ace Frehley was on a tour.
Yeah, that's news enough.
You know what? If I was
offense to Ace.
Yeah, but the thing is, that last tour that Kiss says is their absolute last tour. They didn't do any reunion anything. So there was no Peter Criss, there was no Ace on any of those shows, and I was like,
Gene and Paul X those guys out so long ago. Those guys haven't talked in 30 years.
The Star
Child. Ace is trying to hang on for whatever scraps he can get off of it. Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy besides
Peter Criss?
Peter Criss washed his hands of it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Peter Criss was like a non-Kiss member when he was in Kiss. He was like what eventually happened to Ringo Starr. He contributed next to nothing, and then all he did was ride the coattails of that Beth song. Right? That's all he did. It's like, I wrote that song. He didn't write that song.
He was Catman.
No, but you know who are the unsung guys, heroes from Kiss?
What's that? Heroes from Kiss? What?
The Cooley Brothers. Oh, who are the unsung heroes from Kiss? The Kulick brothers. Bruce
Who were
Kulick
they?
and the other dude.
Oh, it was
Guitar
later
players.
later on the
Like, they were filling
guitarist
in
was
like when
Kulick, wasn't he?
Oh, the
Hathaway.
Kulick, the Bruce, and
Yeah.
I know who you're
back
talking about now.
in the 80s when they took their makeup off and stuff.
Well, they just changed their makeup. They were still
Well,
wearing
that
makeup.
one was it. Pedro can correct me. I think Bruce Kulick also did a bunch of Ace's parts on the studio albums. Like he didn't just fill in, you know, on other in the band later after Ace left, but he actually was doing session stuff with Kiss.
I always remember
Which
him.
is
Eric
really
Carr
where
is
he
another
got the
one
job
that
from.
should be more.
I always remember him as Space Ace.
Well, the other unsung hero is Anton Fig. Holy shit, that guy's a drummer's drummer.
Oh yeah.
So he actually did studio session stuff with Kiss, and he did Ace Frehley's solo, which is the best one out of all of them. And then his biggest claim to fame, what most people will know, is he was the David Letterman drummer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the little British guy. Little British guy. Anton Fig. Oi! Right? That's how your people talk, right, Pedro? Oi!
Oi! Yeah, exactly.
Oi!
That's very
Oh, wait, we got an Eric
Eric
Carr
Carr.
fan.
Yep.
So you got the
There you
spotlight now. Pedro, elaborate. Eric Carr.
Oi! Oi! I'm just speaking Panamanian over here.
That's
Oi!
not Kiss.
No, what we're probably forgetting about is probably Kiss's best contribution to like popular culture is Gene Simmons' wife, Shannon Tweed.
Hmm.
And
wasn't there a
the
sister?
all the softcore Cinemax movies she did in the late 80s, early 90s.
I remember those now.
I mean,
I
that chick had
remember
a
those.
giant rack.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
she
she have
wasn't
a
afraid to
sister?
show it. And she was a fine actress.
Yes.
There was
fine.
a sister. There was a sister too, right? There was a
Yeah,
twin
she had a redheaded sister, but not as hot, not as big of boobs. But Shannon had the bigger boobs. But it was always like there was always like a murder mystery involved, right around like a hot tub or something. You know?
Yep.
And it was like the detective would show up and let's sit in the hot tub and figure out this murder mystery. Those are good movies. I'm just saying.
Skinemax, yes.
Oh my gosh, they were. How could you say one was better looking than the? They're gorgeous in the day.
The redhead? I'm trying to remember what the redhead looked like.
I got one image. I'm looking for something that's a little more, you know, up
PC.
your alley. There.
Yeah. He's a history professor too, Gene Simmons, isn't he?
He was, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Used to see him on the
But
History
I
Channel.
mean,
all the
so was
time.
the hedgehog. Like, he was a history teacher. Yeah,
Oh, my
Ron
computer's
Jeremy.
being.
he was a teacher too. So
I
Yeah.
thought one of them was a redhead. They're both showing up
Yeah.
as blonde.
No, you're right. No, the one sister's redhead. Yeah.
Oh, she dye her hair. Good genetics right there.
All
Right
right, I got
about
it.
1993 to 1997. That was quality stuff right there.
That was the good. That was the good years.
And I'm sure Gene was boinking that in every Playboy Playmate. I've told you the Gene Simmons story that I got from comics conventions, right, Art?
I think so. Oh man, all I got is a low res. Do you have a good image there of the sisters?
Let me pull it. Let's see what I got here.
Sorry, we'll get to your story.
They've
but
got a lot of clothes on in these pictures.
too much.
Well, I mean,
So this is a really low res, but I think this is.
You can still taste. You can still tell their quality.
You
Yeah.
said
this
taste.
is a good picture here.
Yeah.
Darren said taste. That was gross.
Yeah, Darren, clean it up.
What?
Hey, clean it up.
How do I share stuff on here anymore?
I don't know. It's always like when we do.
I know.
These things,
Well, and
you gotta remember.
they switch stuff too. Here,
relearn.
I'm sure.
Ah, yes. Oh, this is one where they're laughing. I saw this one. Oh, they're sticking it.
Well, you know,
That's
when you're married to Gene Simmons, you do a lot of that, I imagine.
That's still quality
Yeah.
stuff right
Yeah.
there.
Well, you're right. The one on the left, which is I think Shannon, is
That's Shannon.
Superior sister. Yes.
Yeah.
But I swear the other one was a red. Maybe they just dyed her hair red in the movie just to.
No, you saw it. I showed that image. She had red hair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Darren said something really crass
they
and horrible.
Off color.
Look, I have nothing. I have nothing.
Off-putting.
I have nothing but respect for the vagina creatures. Okay.
This is
And-
a classy. This is a classy YouTube show, Darren.
All right, you guys got to quote this and put it all over X and
Try
give
to stay with
Darren
our
full
standards.
credit for vagina creatures.
Yeah. No, I thought you could tell their pedigree right there, and that when that even with that low res image, you could tell they were high qual.
Tracy tweet.
Tracy, yeah. All right, you guys ready to move on?
That chick made Shannon made a shit ton of movies in the early
movies.
90s.
Really? How many? Well, okay, go to her IMDb,
IMDb,
or
yeah,
Wikipedia.
we should see
and
how many
we'll-
movies she made.
Yeah, we'll see the starlet. So she might rival Gene Simmons as far as income. Oh no.
Oh, we lost
We lost
Pedro.
Pedro.
He's in Colombia, right? Or Panama?
No, he's in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. That's right. Okay.
No, it's Colombia.
Oh, it's Colombia. Okay.
Oh,
man. Clint's having a stroke looking at these
the old
images.
indigestion is kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
All that pizza.
So they're saying the first thing is all 14 movies, but it seems like it'd be more than that. All 14 Shannon Tweed movies ranked by fans. Although 14, I guess, is a lot of movies, but
yeah.
But you know what? She just blew through all those movies, just like.
Oh yeah. No.
Get it? Spend a moment, think about it. Spend a moment.
You could do one of those on a weekend. You
could do one
the titles though. Okay. Number 1, Scorned. Number 2, Victim of Desire. Number 3, Possessed by the Night. Number 4, Last Call. Number 5, Rowdy Girls. Rowdy Girls. Oh, number 6, a little tinge of evil. The Face of Evil.
Okay, I have the next one, and then Darren can guess the one after that. So, Never Answer the Back Door.
Ooh,
is that on there?
Is that a movie?
I just made it up. I was thinking like it's got to be in there. So Darren, do you have a made up one?
See you next Tuesday.
I thought I didn't remember the title. I thought the title was Only Enter by the Back Door. But
by the back door, yeah.
She came.
I was thinking more of a cautionary kind of tale.
The mailman rings twice for the back door.
What was that from, Darren? You said see you next Tuesday. That's
okay. So John Landis in his movie The American Werewolf in London, there's a porno that they watch, and the movie is called See You Next Tuesday, which of course is an anagram for or an abbreviation for the word cunt. See You Next Tuesday. But apparently See You Next Tuesday is in every one of Landis's movies somewhere. It's not it's either the name of a book or it's the name of something.
Way to go for the deep dig, Darren. If you're gonna go for that deep a dig, maybe we need to have the session of the show where Darren spells out his deep dives that nobody gets the references to. Because that's a good one. That's a good one. Like I'm actually not ripping on you right now, even though it sounds exactly like I am. But like, I did not know that. That's a real deep dig right there.
Well, I know I've heard that before in a movie. It's like it was just like a voiceover or something they were watching or something.
Yeah.
See you next.
Well, I was a submarine sailor, so anything associated with deep in me, I'm fine with.
That sounds like something we don't really need to know too much more about. Is what that sounds like. Okay, so we're done with the Tweed sisters and all the kiss action. I have something it's gonna rivet you. It's gonna floor you. Marvel, Marvel's been having kind of a hard time lately. Getting people interested in their stuff. Their movies, things like that. But I'll tell you, this thing right here that they got going is just gonna blow everybody away. This is gonna put Marvel on the map. This is Wonder Man, you guys. Okay, so you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Let me see. Make sure the volume's up.
The entertainment world is stunned today when internationally celebrated and reclusive.
Okay, right there. You know what that house is? It's the Munsters Mansion.
Is it?
Yeah. This is a back lot of Universal.
Filmmaker Von Kovacs
Von Kovac, remember that name.
sprung out of retirement to sign on for a remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, could you?
AI.
Wonder Man is some like 50s sci-fi thing, I guess.
I love the image right here because
Yeah.
the seam is going right through the middle of his face, where
Yeah.
no designer would ever set up something in a book. So
Yeah.
the seam went right through the main character like that.
This looks like a movie. It looks like a movie poster. But I'll tell you, the reason I went back is look at the movie poster and just remember it, because the movie poster, the promise of the movie poster is better than the promise of the series
To
one.
sign on for a remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes. There is an opportunity.
I'm not tired of this.
No.
It's Brent Willward and Jackie. What is it? Jackie whatever. It's weird because it looks like this is from like the 50s or 60s. And then they got all this plastic
Yeah.
lunch boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't have plastic lunch boxes.
It's flat. It's very Flash Gordon of the 80s.
Yeah.
Late 70s, 80s. They're messing with time and nostalgia with this.
Opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
Have you thought about casting?
So, what's this big audition you were talking about?
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonder Man.
All right, that's supposed to mean something. Like we're supposed to go, oh shit!
Well, because he
You know,
was
this
the
is Wonder
guy.
Man.
He was the actor pretending to be the Mandarin in the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
So
And
that's tying it in because it's the same character.
yeah. And
Right.
and so far, none of what we've seen actually ties into the Wonder Man of the comics so far.
No.
Right.
I mean, they did use the absolute worst Wonder Man costume for that footage you saw and the movie poster, but Wonder Man's not a space hero. He was a villain who fought the Avengers and then became a member. And
Right.
and he was a tech millionaire that got put out of business for embezzling
It's classic Marvel movies taking ideas that worked in comics, crapping all over them to show that they know better than the comic book fan.
Yeah, but I like so far that little line, about the Wonder Man movie and auditioning, that's supposed to have some kind of impact. Like if you were just watching this, didn't know anything, you're like, am I supposed to think that's cool? Like it's not cool at all. Like let me back it up and play it. Okay. So we know what's going on, but even though we know what's going on, there's still zero impact.
Casting.
So, what's this big audition you were talking about?
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonder Man.
Okay. Like you said, Clint, the only reason that has any impact is because that's the actor that played, what was his name in the Iron Man movie? The Mandarin.
He was pretending. He was pretending to be the Mandarin. That's all I know about him. I don't even know.
And so we're supposed to go, oh, that's cool. But remember, this is called Wonder Man. This isn't called guy that played the Mandarin.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Wonder Man? I need to be in this movie.
He didn't even know who the character was before.
Sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Oh, you serious? Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
Okay, so by the way, I think this is his agent. This is horrible storytelling.
Yeah.
He just walks into a building. And let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't know. Is this supposed to be the building? There's nothing that says whatever agency, acting agency, nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Nondescript building.
Nothing. Yeah. So then we cut to this. There's no, like, on the back wall here, there's nothing that says whatever acting agency, nothing. Right? So
Wonder Man?
walk in, I need this Wonder Man. Oh, okay. So we barely established that Wonder Man was an old movie of some sort, right?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden he's like, I need to be in this movie. Why?
Yeah.
This is bad storytelling.
In this movie,
Sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Are you serious?
See, what does this mean? It means nothing.
Yeah.
There's no impact.
Yeah.
We don't know this guy. We don't know this woman. We don't know anything. We don't know that he grew up loving, Wonder Man, and he was the biggest Wonder Man fan of all time or anything. You don't know any of that.
Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
Yeah, boo. Okay, so that's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
He's warming up to be in this. And by the way, he has his own trailer for an audition? Or does he live in a trailer?
You just gotta go out there and crush it.
Okay, so it's an audition. There's a bunch of people here for Wonder Man. Old friend. That's how he's what do they call those method actor? He's a method.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
That's not my process.
Well, your process can go blow a spider.
See, none of that falls flat, right? Like,
Doesn't work. Yeah.
who cares? This
Yeah.
is probably. I'm just going to cut to the chase. We're halfway through. This is possibly the worst nondescript thing I've ever seen Hollywood put out.
The guy's killing it in there.
The guy's killing it. Oh, who? Well, who's? This is going to be the joke, right? It's going to be that flattery guy.
Well,
Where have I seen him before?
See? Okay, that's funny, right? Why is this funny? Clint, you're being awfully silent.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
Oh,
Okay,
ha ha
oh.
ha. Yeah. Ho ho ho. That's
Okay, so here's the payoff.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the payoff. Keep in mind, this
Yeah.
isn't his movie. It's Wonder Man,
right.
right? So far, the most interesting character is this guy, and I don't even care about this guy.
The
You can slay.
The
Go ahead.
last thing they cared about when they were making this trailer is what it had to do with Wonder Man.
Mhm.
They wanted to make sure they got Ben Kingsley a lot of screen time and this new actor. And I think he was the actor who played in the Aquaman movies, the bad guy too.
Oh,
Black Manta Ray or
Yeah.
Black Ray or
Yeah.
whatever.
So this whole movie has very little to do with Wonder Man. Has very much to do with we've got Ben Kingsley and we've got the actor that's like the hot guy coming off of the Aquaman movies, and we're gonna write everything around them, and we don't give a shit about what it has to do with Wonder Man. We don't want a good, solid story of a hero or anything like that, redemption, any of that. We want to cater it to these two actors we've got. That's all this trailer has showed me, and that's how they do stuff in Hollywood now.
Yeah, it's so nondescript. Like you have to do a deep dive to remember that guy played the Mandarin. That was like the first or second Iron Man movie. How many years was that? 10 years ago. Any young kid growing up or around today, was just a
And nobody
1
cares.
2 years
Nobody
old.
cares.
And it was a disappointment that he was the Mandarin, because
Yeah.
the Mandarin it turned out that they didn't give us the Mandarin. We were expecting a guy with magic rings and things like that. And
This is Hollywood eating its own ass here, because it's all about the auditioning process. This movie is about the auditioning process, jumping through the hoops, trying to like cater to like
Yeah.
nobody cares about this.
Right.
They care about a good story. Like this is all about the process that goes on behind the scenes
Mm-hmm.
for actors and putting yourself out there for directors and casting directors and stuff. Nobody gives a shit how the sausage is made.
Right.
They don't. Like
No.
Middle America, the movie going audience, there's not superhero fatigue. There's
No.
fucking Hollywood self-infatuation fatigue.
Yeah.
Nobody cares how the movie is made.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares how the sausage is made. Give me a
Right.
good fucking sausage. Give me a decent movie. This is such bullshit, just sucking up to its own bullshit.
Well,
Yeah.
keep in mind this is a little over halfway the trailer. We still know very little about Wonder Man, and I watched this thing once. I didn't want to watch it too much because I wanted.
This tells me there's no
honest-
Wonder Man in the movie.
Right.
Right, exactly.
It's about the
Yeah.
acting
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not.
And yeah, it's like Wonder Man's a superhero. Let's not
Right.
pretend he's not. Like this is all
This is
everything
not a
but.
superhero movie.
You can
Well, they
say
even
whenever
said
you're
at the
ready.
beginning, but
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
okay, so what we know now is there's a Wonder Man movie that was based on some old movie and that this guy's obsessed with. It's not even like he's a down and out guy that just needs a job, right? Remember Tootsie? Like that was a great way to start. The guy's down and out, and so he ends up doing the unthinkable, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna pretend to be a woman and convince everybody that he's a lady. Like that's an interesting premise. This has nothing.
No.
You know nothing about this guy. Like, like if anything, it would be funny if he goes, I grew up on this character. I love this character. I always played this character. And then they do a montage of him as a kid dressed with like really awful outfits and stuff like that his mom made, and all the kids making fun of him. It's like, you like stupid Wonder Man? Wonder Man's a dope. Wonder Man's an idiot. He goes, Wonder Man's the coolest thing ever. You'll see, right? And so then, he's already got this stuff built up. And so then he gets this idea, oh, well, there's audition. I need to nail this because there's so much writing. It's not only am I a big Wonder Man fan, but I got to prove all my dopey friends that Wonder Man's cool. So I'm going to make Wonder Man the coolest damn hero you've ever seen, right? There's a premise.
There's a premise, yeah.
You know what? I should write comic books, damn it.
Listen to me, Simon. The call
And who cares?
back is happening now. Just be normal. Normal man. The breakdown is
Normal Man? No, he's Wonder Man.
go method. Come in.
Daily Wayne
Mr.
Manor.
Kovac will meet you in the living room.
I just have to say that was my first home where they filmed this.
Mm-hmm.
It was the 90s. Things were good.
So you all here to meet Von Kovac?
Hello, everyone. I want to.
Oh, by the way, that's the guy that was in the Superman movie, right? He was the guy that caused the war or something.
Explore the place between fiction.
So all they do is kind of like, oh, you were in a superhero movie? You can be in this one.
Well, it's probably more complex than that, Art. It's like it's all nepotism behind the scenes.
Right.
So when you see certain actors getting used for certain things, either they're funneling money into it or they've got a buddy who's powerful enough. Like nepotism works. Like break everything down simplistically. Why is this actress getting all these movies?
Mm-hmm.
Either her family is rich, or they're Hollywood legacy things, or their family's funneling money into getting the movie made.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when you see actors appear in multiple superhero movies, why are they in multiple superhero movies?
Mm-hmm.
One of those reasons.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
funneling money into it themselves because they want to make themselves into a movie star. Their family is famous multiple generations and they have all these connections through Hollywood, or it's always one of those money, nepotism, family, whatever. So I
Right.
guarantee if you dig a little bit on whoever that old guy is,
Yeah.
it brings you back to he's either funneling money into he wants to be a movie star, or his family is multiple generations of Hollywood.
Mhm.
Right. The best thing about this scene right here is these giant chess pieces on this this
Yeah.
fireplace. That's cool.
Yeah.
I want those. All right, let's go. That's tight. That's tight. What's tight? I don't care.
Yeah.
We are going
All right, there's some cool shots around this house.
to make the last movie on Earth. No one will have the balls to make another.
So no one's gonna have the balls to make another after he makes this movie. Oh, wait. So we just cut to Wonder Man from that. So they leave you hanging with no one's gonna have the balls to make another superhero movie.
and yeah, it's like it's as if you're making a spider. Imagine them doing this with Spider-Man. Imagine if it was like a Spider-Man movie, but they portray Spider-Man as being this space ace instead of being Spider-Man, and then it's all about an actor trying to get the part. It's like
Right. And also this Wonder Man, what is this? The Wonder Years? Like this is
Yeah.
the world worst logo of all freaking time. This is not a
Yeah.
superhero logo. This isn't even cool.
No, this isn't a superhero movie. This is
Any news from our Coatway?
There is news to be the first to know, unless you call me again, in which case I will never tell you.
The humor, if you could call it that, is so horrible.
another black woman with a bad attitude being
Yeah,
disrespectful.
well,
to a
you
man.
guys got something to look forward to. So streaming January 27th. That's something to look forward to for the next year.
Thanks
You're
for
gonna
the
get
warning.
Wonder Man.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for the heads up.
I'm a big Wonder Man fan because the Simon Williams character, he grew organically out of the Marvel universe. He started out as a villain. Masters of Evil created him, and then he can tussle with the Avengers. He can go toe to toe with Hulk and Thor and Hercules and all these guys, and then he becomes an actor. And and then he's also like a contributing factor to Vision. If you remember the original.
Yeah, I was gonna say the original, like he was Toro, or no, he was the Human Torch.
Well, no, he was.
They were
he was
saying
the
that the
brain,
Human
he was
Torch,
the brain
the original
pattern
Human
that they
Torch.
installed in the
Hold
Vision that
Yeah,
Wanda
hold on.
fell in love with.
Yeah.
And that was the romantic triangle of Vision, Wanda, and Simon.
Yeah. Which nobody played with until John Byrne took over West Coast Avengers in the mid '80s, and he's the one who brought all that stuff together. And
Before that, he was, because they were saying that the original Human Torch was a robot.
Well, no, that was with the Vision. That didn't have to do with Wonder Man, though.
His body.
I thought Wonder Man came from that. So they're saying
the original Human Torch's structure was used for the Vision's anatomy.
Yeah.
But then Simon Williams's brain pattern was used for the Vision's thought process.
Okay. And what was the Reaper? What was the villain? Remember the Reaper?
The Reaper was Simon Williams's half brother. Was it
okay?
brother or
all right.
brother? Yeah.
I
love those. I love that Avengers where the Reapers got Vision and Wonder Man. And they're in the handcuffs on their knees, and he's got the big sit up. I love that George Perez cover, man. That's when comics were good.
Yeah, and and here they're just taking the name.
It's just butchering crap for crap.
Yeah, they're taking the name. They and again, there's a reason why they picked the absolute worst costume Wonder Man ever had. That was the one he was wearing right before Byrne took over, and when Byrne took on, he was like, "No, we're putting him back in the purple and red outfit."
But the weird thing is, okay, you're trying to sell something with the trailer. You're trying to get people interested. It doesn't matter what it is, or take the comic book stuff and put it aside, and all that. It wasn't even interesting based on what it was. A guy trying to get an audition.
This is the dying breaths of the last woke agenda. It was people who had no business being in creative positions, but they were in those positions because of DEI, and they pushed stuff through because of the last political agenda. but like this is like the dying breaths of it. Like this stuff got approved 4 years ago. It got filmed in the last 2 years before Trump got elected. Like these are last gasp breaths. This is dead on arrival. Nobody gives a shit about this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for what comes out in the next year or two. Hopefully there's some new breath of creativity and agenda-free stuff and like making stuff to entertain the mass public. But like all this stuff from Marvel is dead on arrival. Like
it's weird because like I used to get like shit assignments, right? Comics industry, Marvel, DC, whoever, right?
That's
and so
what this is.
I never ever phoned it in because I was like, because you're only as good as your last job. So you do your best, right? Well, there was an editor, there was a guy that wrote this. You know what? There were people that and it's like those people. Hold on. Don't you even care about your next job? Like, don't you even care about like the next assignment? Like you're only as good as your last job, and that's what you deliver. That thing was horrible. You know, it was so bad. It said absolutely nothing. That trailer said nothing.
Art, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective because all the jobs handed out in this liberal progressive, it's not about how good the story is. It's about how much identity politics you can shove into it. It's about how much you can push our message, our agenda. It's not about telling a good story. So what you're talking about is true, but you're looking at it from the wrong perspective.
Do you know something I don't know? Because that trailer didn't seem woke.
Getting the next job is about making the next producer happy with what your identity politics are.
So do you know that the people that made this thing are woke?
Art, you just looked at it. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it's very bad, but I didn't see necessarily any wokeisms other than the race swap, but Hollywood's been doing that for decades.
Right. And that actor could have been he should be playing Black Panther in my opinion. You don't sign him on for Wonder Man.
None of these jobs are about writing the best story and it's selling. There's a socialist identity behind it. It's about your identity politics. It's about pushing the agenda that we believe in forward. So it has.
But I didn't even get that sense from this. Like it just seemed like it was nothing.
There's probably so much in it that this is all they could show us.
You mean so much woke in it that they just go, maybe.
That's why we're only hearing parts of jokes. That's why we're only hearing,
they were probably trying to edit it to make it more palatable, and this is the best that they could come
That's all they had. That's all they had to work with. Let's focus on the
literally, this was shot 2 years ago.
Right.
Well, shouldn't it have ended somehow where, he takes the audition and then, at the end, it's like there's a call, bring, and then he picks it up. So he's going to get the answer, right? So you watch the trailer and you're just like, well, is he going to get the job or not? Bring. He picks up the phone and he's like, and then they cut it, right? So then you don't know if he got the job or not. So then
you're giving them a lot of credit, Art.
Yeah. I'm not giving him any credit. I'm just trying to make it better because it's so bad. My creative brain is broken and is trying to fix this thing.
Yeah.
There was nobody working on that project that was trying to make it better. They were just making sure their paychecks cashed on Friday.
You know what? Okay, I want to explain like my mindset. Pam and I used to go to remember Blockbuster, right? And we'd go to the cheesy section, right? And we'd find like whatever title was the most intriguing, but we knew it was going to be a car wreck, right? So we get it home, and then what we would do creatively is we would try to figure out how to make it better, right? So we use critical thinking, critical storytelling. And so then we would rewrite the story based on the one that we just saw. And we would do this all the time. And so my brain still goes to those places. Like I watch these things and go, how could this have been better? Or if I was writing it or I was working on it. So I know we're dealing with a whole new set of parameters now because there's woke and there's all kinds of like movies and creative things are being made for different reasons than they used to be, and it's not entertainment. And I realize that, but still, it doesn't change the fact that I always go there. You know, how could this have been better? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
I mean,
And the
they're
thing is there are opportunities. You look at it and you see potential, and there's things you could have tweaked. But like literally, I think we're kind of on the right spot where this has probably been edited over the last year to try and make it more palatable, and this was the best that they could come up with. Because I'm guessing this was way worse 2 years ago when they made it.
I don't even think YouTubers are going to be covering it much because it's kind of not.
This isn't become all the Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah.
Look, any of the Disney Plus stuff, even the most, I would say WandaVision was probably their most successful thing. That was the first thing out.
Right.
And people have forgotten about that. Everything after that has been a blip. Like none of it has resonated. None of it is stuff that you want to like integrate into the movie universe. Like the Disney Plus Marvel stuff has been a complete failure.
And the pity of it is that Wonder Man is a fruitful character. He could be made into a character that was just as entertaining as the Robert Downey Jr.
All the Marvel stuff. All the Marvel stuff has a ton of potential in the right hands.
And they didn't even bother to create an adaptation according to what I'm seeing. They took the name, they took a couple of names of and then they decided to redefine the whole concept of what Wonder Man is, and it's frustrating.
And it's not even interesting because wasn't there was a Howard Chaykin, was it Power and Glory or something like that? And it was a actor that had superpowers, or he was working with the agent. It was kind of like what's that show that you really like, Clint, with the Greatest American Hero? There's a guy that has powers but doesn't really know what to do with them. And then there's this other guy that's a cop or ex-cop or whatever, and he knows what this guy could do. Right? So I think that Power and Glory was like that. Like the guy had this ability but was dumb as a stump. And then there was this other character that kind of guided him to use him to do good or whatever the hell it was. And there was some kind of actor thing with it. Like he was like the Power and Glory character was an actor or something like that. I'm going to look it up. But basically these ideas have been done before and they've been done way better.
And
I don't know, how are they going to bring the superpower thing into this Wonder Man? Is he even going to have superpowers?
This to me sounds like emptying out the garbage. They've already sunk the money into it. It got greenlit long enough ago. Let's just let it run its course. Because I mean, you look at Thunderbolts, look at Captain America 4 with Red Hulk. Those are bombs. Bombs. Those movies bombed for the money that they put into them. And this is a bomb. This is dead on arrival. Nobody gives a shit about this on Disney. Nobody watches Disney Plus, first of all.
Right.
And so like this was something they put money into that they're just putting out because they already put money into it, and it looked more embarrassing to cancel it outright.
I think you're looking at
this concept was he wasn't an actor. Power and Glory was a professional wrestling team in the World Wrestling Federation.
You're looking at the wrong article. That's there was a tag team called Power and Glory at the WWF. So
okay. It says Howard. It says Howard Chaykin.
Yeah, it's because there you go. So the information about Power and Glory will be in the Howard Chaykin article.
Okay. No, this is Howard Chaykin. No, the other one said Howard.
Yes, but the information about the version of Power and Glory you're talking about is in the art, because this article is about the standalone tag team. Members were Hercules and Paul Roma. Those are actual pro wrestlers. So yeah.
What is it? If I see Howard Chaykin, it's not going to give me the comic book though.
No, there is no dedicated article to the comic book, but it is mentioned in the Howard.
Oh, you
Chaykin
do the math, and can you find it then? Because this is all that comes up for me.
All right, let me see here.
Because there's all this, but it doesn't.
You got the comic book covers at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. omnibus, Chaikin's American flag.
Yeah, see, it's mentioned in the Chaikin article, but it doesn't. They don't really tell you what.
And they don't get into what the concept was.
Right.
Did Chaikin draw all his own stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you. Yeah.
Where did he make his big hit? Like before the indie stuff, or was it all just American flag?
No, he did the Star Wars book. Remember the
right.
number one Star Wars book and thing.
That was him. Oh, okay.
That was like the big, but he still was just kind of a blip. I think for me it was Flag, like what he did for first.
American flag was
American flag. Yeah.
I'll confess, for many years the only thing I knew he did was Black Kiss. The guy I knew in high school had those.
And that's disgusting.
Yes, it was pretty nasty. I was, he must.
But yeah, I think that Power and Glory was like he was an actor or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the concept like what was the one they did the cartoon and the bad guy becomes the hero or something like that. It's just kind of one of those like there's the hero, there's the villain, and then they kind of swap.
Unimind, or what was it called? A Megamind or something like that.
Megamind, yeah.
It was a Pixar-like cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Amazon has a rundown of what. So when you order it,
now let's take a look here.
A crime fighter is genetically engineered to be a superhero. But when the test goes awry and he doesn't have the superhero qualities needed, he has to be teamed up with a former CIA agent who is the brains behind the duo. One gets the glory while the other has all the power. So it is basically the what is that TV show? The Greatest American Hero, right?
American Hero, yeah, with Robert Culp. Robert Culp was the FBI agent who did all the.
Yeah. So maybe there was a scene or something in that Power and Glory where he's like on a TV set or a movie set or something like that. I remember something like that. Or maybe he just did a lot of PR to sell the hero that he just wasn't. So he really wasn't that guy, but they were just trying to sell it that way. But anyway, these are all more interesting premise than like Wonder Man. Like it doesn't even get into the Wonder Man aspect other than it was this old movie, you know?
Which it wasn't in the comics. I mean, Wonder Man dealt with heavy issues too, because Wonder Man had actually died. And then when he was brought back to life and he was immortal, but he was obsessed with dying again. There was some heavy stuff with that character, that real meaty, but this ignores all of that.
And he was probably the coolest character that wore green in comics, period. I mean, Green Arrow, but come on, man. Green Lantern's the only one that comes close. Only one.
See, I liked him better with the safari jacket and the Hollywood.
That's what somebody said.
Yeah,
somebody in the chat.
Red safari coat and getting drunk with the Beast.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw a comic book with Wonder Man, and it was, I think, Thing number 4, where the Puppet Master was coming after the Thing by possessing other New York superheroes, and he and Wonder Man was among the first ones. I'm like, this guy goes toe to toe with the Thing. He's freaking awesome, and his sunglasses never fell off, and they talked about how weird his eyes were, but they never showed you his eyes. It was very mysterious. And
what was the Avengers episode with Red? Was it Red Ronin, or what was the big giant robot? I thought it was Red Ronin.
Red Ronin, that was the robot that Tony Stark designed to fight Godzilla. Right?
Yeah, and then Beast and Simon Williams are coming in early in the morning after a long night out.
See, the Jeff Johnson stuff is the first that I remember where they brought the Hollywood.
This miniseries, Jeff Johnson. Good God, Jeff Johnson killed on this book, man.
Yeah. Now, he was a Hollywood mogul prior to that. I mean, he early, in the 70s when he was wearing the safari jacket, that's when he went Hollywood.
Jeff Johnson's art was so freaking good on this series.
Yeah.
This costume is probably my second favorite because it keeps the colors coordination of the safari jacket outfit, but it's more of a superhero outfit, and it works for me.
I've got all those issues sitting in a long box somewhere, man. I was such a Jeff Johnson fan off of this book, man.
Yeah. And then still later,
I wish he had done like more mainstream Marvel stuff instead of going to CrossGen and doing Way of the Rat. I thought was a waste of his talents.
Oh, man. And then later, Kurt Busiek gave Wonder Man ionic energy powers on top of what he could already do, and that he kind of lost me there. But I prefer the Wonder Man as you saw him just now, just this super strong looking guy.
I love that series, and not a big Fabian Nicieza fan, but he was the writer on that. But Jeff Johnson's art just made that book just flipping gorgeous. I think was it Terry Austin inking him on that?
He inked the covers. Panosian inked the interior.
Oh, Panosian was on the interior. Oh, that's why those two guys are still buddies today. Then
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, all better concepts than the one that Disney and Marvel decided to do.
Yeah.
It's
there were so many better opportunities they could went with that character.
Yeah, they could have just not put this out and took a tax loss.
And the other thing is you pitch it to Disney Studios, and you pitch it as a actor trying out for superhero movies. Guess what? No CGI, no big budget, no big special effects. Yeah. And then you'll have like one big action sequence in the last episode that like they can budget for. So like you'll get an 8-episode series with like a couple splashes of action or CGI, and then the whole thing is about going through the process of trying out for being an actor in a superhero movie, and it keeps the budget down. Like that's what that's all about.
Yeah, of course
they don't have guaranteed hits anymore. They can't excuse a big budget and all.
No, they can't. They can't even justify it anymore. I mean, there's been so many, just failures. But I was just thinking about like another idea that how you could sell this. Okay, they're looking for this Wonder Man. It's based on we'll just use their idea, their premise, right? So it's this old, cinematic guy from the 50s, whenever, and so. Then there's this guy that auditions, and he just happens to get the role, but he is a superpowered guy, right? So then he ends up becoming the actual character Wonder Man that he plays on the show. You know what I mean? So he ends up becoming that guy for real. Think about that. I mean, you could sell that already. I mean, that's a premise. A beginning, middle, and end. You could put that in the trailer, and then all of a sudden, it's a lot more intriguing than just this guy that goes on an audition with this guy.
I think that's what the premise of this actually is. They just haven't advertised it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy does have superpowers.
The way I've read it through the years, because there's been many write-ups of the buildup of this, is it's a guy who has superpowers. But isn't interested in being a superhero. He wants to be an actor.
Yeah.
And then goes out for the Wonder Man role, but just has to happen to have superpowers. Like
if you want to be a success, why do you
literally
sell it that
the whole
way?
premise.
Yeah. I mean, don't tease it. The thing is, you get one shot in life, usually, right? You get one shot. You put something out like that, well, guess what? It's a turd. Nobody's going to want to see it. So even if you have the world's best premise, it's not going to work. Like when you saw Iron Man, the Iron Man little teaser, and he's flying alongside that jet going supersonic, and then he flies faster than those guys, the jet pilots, and they're like, "What the fuck was that?" Right? You're like, "Holy shit!" There wasn't a close up on Iron Man.
But it's time. It's also timing, Art. Because I think a lot of these people that are running these smaller studios and putting out these shows, they know they're dead man walking. They know this is already over. Like Disney Plus is over. It's probably been dead for a couple of years, and we're just getting the last gasps of it. Like these guys are just putting stuff out because money got put into it. This stuff is dead on arrival.
Oh, based on that trailer, for sure. Like I said, like a lot of the other trailers were like, well, at least it seems like there's something interesting.
It was still early enough on where like they thought they were going to get another chance. Like if this does well, it'll get me another job. The people working on this show, they know. Like, no, I gotta go look for my own work because this is dead on arrival. Like it's over in that part of Hollywood that's been pushing this shit.
I completely agree with you, but there's just the creative side of me. Like, I don't care if
you want to fix it. You want to fix it.
I don't care if it fails or not. Like, I'm checked out of all this stuff. I really don't care. And to be honest, I have absolutely no skin in the game anymore. So superhero comics, Marvel, DC, I hate to say it. I mean, when we used to do Pontificators, we were always like, how could the comics industry fix these things? How could it be better? How could, and you know, after a while you talk and then you just like, they don't want to fix it. Like you said, it's broken because they broke it. This is what they want. This is all by design.
We're seeing the trail ends. We're seeing the bitter dregs of go woke, go broke. Like these are projects that got greenlit 3-4 years ago when they still thought Kamala was going to win, when they still thought their way was right and they were righteous, and that the money was coming in. Like this is the tail ends, the dregs of go woke, go broke.
This is from back when they still had USAID giving them money,
pumping money,
pumping money into them, so
and
they could tick boxes.
The money overflew into that USAID money overflowed into a lot of things we still don't even know about. And entertainment and media was definitely part of it.
But the weird thing is too, is kind of like Darren said, why don't you just cut it and take the losses? I mean, Warner Brothers did with that Batgirl movie. And the thing is, there is absolutely no one in power at Marvel or at Disney that has any balls to fix any of this stuff, right? It's just not going to happen, because the thing is, every time another Wonder Man type thing comes out or whatever, it is destroying the brand. It is doing far more damage down the line than if you actually just cut the losses, right? Because you could go, oh, well, it never happened. You know, it was going to happen, but we just realized it wasn't the right time. Whatever bullshit, answer. But it's better than putting it out there and then having every YouTuber go, this is crap.
But that takes a corporate mentality, and you have to have somebody in power enough to say that. But that's what's happening now, is we're on the verge of Skydance taking over Paramount and CBS, which is huge. Like nobody realizes, like it gets blurbs, but nobody talks about it, because that's going to affect a bunch of stuff that nobody realizes. But the other thing is Warner Brothers is still sitting out there, and like they're taking losses, and they're begging to be bought up. And the other thing
they are talking about doing that. And just a real side note, we got to wrap this up. But is there any truth to James Gunn like getting the axe because of this?
I don't think so yet. But the second Warner Brothers does get bought up, then all bets are off the table.
Right.
But the big one, and I've seen some like investor like people that like watch the markets and watch all these big entertainment mergers and stuff. The big one is Disney's sitting there, and they haven't had a win in a long time. And there's some big corporations, and Disney's sitting there like a big cherry on top. And the second somebody buys out Disney, that will change the whole board, because Disney owns so much stuff. And
it'll also change the whole Disney as a company. I mean, because
that'll change media and entertainment.
It hasn't been family owned, but it has been like controlled. I think Iger's the first one that really there's no Disney input at all in the board or anything.
But these guys are losing money hand over fist. And I mean, the Trump presidency showed investors where smart money is, and it is not in this woke shit.
No.
And like that just crippled them. It just crippled them on an investor basement. And so like Skydance taking over Paramount and CBS was the first step, but I think there's more to come, because these companies are so weak They have not made money, and they're not going to make money because of the way the market is. And it is the ultimate go woke, go broke on a major societal level. It is happening in real time. Not everybody's broadcasting it because they don't want to, but they're owned by the companies that are going broke. But it's happening right now, and it's just glorious to see.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys know who's? Oh, go ahead, Darren.
In the early 80s, the Reagan administration broke up Ma Bell because they had a monopoly on telephone companies throughout the United States. And they broke them up into smaller companies like Sprint, Verizon, all these, it was for small companies back then. I can totally see something like this potentially happening, especially with this White House, forcing Disney to break up, to break Fox off, to break, and then having private investors come in and get these aspects of that company.
Yeah, it grew too fast. They didn't know how to manage any of this stuff. They thought that they could just, buy, but they had no leadership. They had no ideas. This is, how like Bob Iger's book, like The Ride of a Lifetime. This is going to be more of a cautionary tale. Like people have got to be paying attention to stuff and just go, this is all the things not to do. Right. Like it's weird because the things that made that guy also broke that guy. You know what I mean? Because he bought Pixar, or he made that Pixar deal work because what was the other guy? Eisner. He was having bad relations with Pixar. So then Iger comes in, works all that stuff out, brings it in this stuff, and then becomes the hero. And then he starts kind of like, well, Star Wars, let's buy that. Oh, Marvel, let's buy that. But if you think about it, okay, when he bought Pixar already had good leadership. They still had John Lasseter, and they still had those core guys. So when he purchased that, because I remember that they were saying the culture is going to stay intact. The Pixar culture will stay intact. It took them a decade or so, for it to come unraveled. But then all these power brokers do, like Iger stuff, is they just try to weed their way into it, and then they basically just destroy it. They just basically dismantle it, but they have nothing to replace it with. They just want the power. They want the control. Okay, so then they buy Marvel. Well, Marvel had a brain trust. Right. They already had that. And I remember the same PR was like, the Marvel brand, the Marvel brain trust, it's going to stay intact. Disney's just going to distribute or whatever, right? Just like the Pixar stuff. And so for the most part, they got a decade out of it, just like Pixar, and then they can't help themselves. And then the reason Star Wars didn't work is they had nobody in place to do anything, right? There was no leadership. There was no nothing. There was Kathleen Kennedy. That was it. And so we saw that thing fall apart instantly. That thing fall apart because they had none of that. But nobody thinks like, okay, why did these other things work? They worked because there were these creative people that created these entities were still in power. You had your Lasseter, you had whoever was the brain trust at Marvel. What was a lot of it?
Ike Perlmutter was a big reason why the first three phases of the MCU were the success they were, because he reined in a lot of that stuff. He said, no, you can't do a Captain America movie with Isaiah Bradley. It has to be Steve Rogers. You have to stick to the mythology. He was the bulwark that prevented a lot of what we're seeing now from happening from the onset. Because Feige, we all thought Feige was the mad genius behind the success of the MCU when it was kicking ass, and it wasn't. He wanted to do all the stuff that's been happening since 2020, and they successfully got Ike Perlmutter ousted, and then you can tell exactly when his influence ended, and that was at the very end of Infinity War when Fury's got Captain Marvel's Carol Danvers' symbol on his BlackBerry. That's when you can tell that's when it stopped.
And then giving the shield to the Falcon.
Yeah, and stuff like that happened.
A bad idea. But yeah, I mean, you guys get it. So his history is going to be like the best of of times, the worst of times, because Iger, he's got both those parts. But the thing is, I always said this, like the Image days, because I saw it from within. When there's a shitload of money and there's success, people can make things work, right? Because they just throw money at it.
Yeah.
So even if there's a failure, whatever. But when things get tight, when things get bad, we find out who the true leaders are. And Image had some, Jim sold, a couple of the guys stayed in the trenches. You saw it through, like Todd McFarlane and Eric Larson and Mark Silvestri.
Not Eric Larson.
Well, Eric used to.
But he stayed in, in the trenches.
The smartest thing he did was he just stayed at the top of Image and collected checks off of all the backs.
Yeah, and he told me that flat out. He said that's exactly why he took that job from what was it, Jim Valentino, so he could collect another paycheck.
Another paycheck because his book wasn't selling.
Yeah, but anyway, we live in an interesting time. I'm going to start wrapping it up. I'm sorry, Clint.
The important thing, Art, is history will show, as we of the pontificators and you specifically as the leader of this show, we were right all along.
That's the most important part. Anybody listening,
we were right along. We rode it out through the rough times, and we are going to be proven to be right throughout all of these years we've done this show. We were right. Go broke, go woke is not just a little slogan. No. It is a profound, fundamental truth in life. And we were correct all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad business model because the thing is, and we've said it, like the reason Comicsgate works is it's direct to consumer. It's direct to consumer. There's no middleman. There's none of that stuff. So we can operate on a shoestring budget. We can make these comics, and we can listen to what the people want, right?
That's what they want,
and that's pretty much it. All this other stuff is just, it becomes so big, so monumental. So there's too many moving pieces, too many voices. It becomes unmanageable. And Disney grew too fast, and it's like not just like Fox, that purchase was the worst idea in the history of worst ideas. Like, why would you do that? That's absurd. Oh, well, we get a bigger market share, blah, blah, blah. But what are you going to do with this stuff?
Right.
None of Fox's stuff is compatible with the Disney brand. All the popular stuff.
They're not going to make money off of that.
No.
Like they made money off of one Deadpool movie, and now they're doing like these low budget Predator movies. Yeah. But those things are not.
Well,
they could have created their own brand to. They're never going to get their money back out of the Fox merger.
Yeah, one of the things I know they were planning on doing was one of the reasons why one of their plans for acquiring Fox was they wanted to try to get Joss Whedon to make more Firefly material, and of course, right when that happened, what happened to Joss Whedon? He got Me Too'd, and so now he's.
But the thing is, okay, that's not even a good business move.
Firefly never made money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, that's not even a good business move. Like, you're buying a franchise that never really was. The fans loved it, but it was never that popular. Like, if you could say, well, we bought Buffy the Vampire Slayer, even though it's kind of a dead franchise, but you could resurrect it. It would make a damn sight more sense.
None of those things are worth an iota of what they paid to buy Fox out for.
Right.
Yeah. It was a silly move. Yeah. I think that guy was just riding too high, and from what I heard too, they paid too much for Star Wars too.
Well, for the money they made out of it when they butchered it right away.
But what was funny was I remember reading reports that when Disney bought Marvel, a lot of people were scratching their head because I think it was like $2 billion they paid for Marvel, and they're like,
Marvel was worth it.
Because
Marvel was the only thing.
Yeah,
Marvel has been the only thing that Disney bought that was worth the money that they put into it. They got multipliers off of Marvel, and that was a shock. Yeah. I don't think they knew. I don't think there was one person in Disney that knew that was coming until the Iron Man movie came out and tore it up. And then they were like, oh, maybe we should do something with this. But
And it was a smart move for Marvel to get in bed with Disney. But the thing is, they just lost control of everything because that first Iron Man movie is kind of like the first Image Comics. You know, they came out through Malibu, and then Iron Man was the Paramount.
Paramount was a distributor, yeah.
The distributor,
sometimes
right?
those are just happy accidents. Like nobody saw that coming. Nobody, like Robert Downey Jr. was like the guy out of drug rehab that had just went to jail and his career was over.
Right.
Like those are Iron Man. The first Iron Man movie was a happy accident. It got us 10, 15 years of great Marvel movies. So God bless them. I don't know if it'll get us another, even one good Marvel movie at this point. At this point,
let me get this. This was got me thinking.
Tron never made money.
Tron never made money. The thing is, like, if you think about Disney, like current Disney, all they're doing is brand managing. Like all they're doing is like trying to keep things relevant so that they can keep other things going, right? So Tron's got attractions at the park. Because why would you make this? Hold on. Why would you make this ride? Why would you make these rides if I mean, why would you make this movie if you weren't trying to support the relevance of this ride? So like Snow White, all these things, all they're trying to do, like Beauty and the Beast, all these like remakes and all that stuff, all they're trying to do is brand management so that the stuff they already have, that they're marketing, licensing, branding, all that stuff can stay relevant within a current, market. So it's not even like, oh, we want to make good movies or let's make something new see if we can make it into the next big thing.
We want to sell merchandise. We want to sell T-shirts. We want to sell pajamas. We want you to show up and buy tickets for the ride at the amusement park.
Right. It's nostalgia. It's all nostalgia based, so that's really all it is because nothing else makes sense. Especially like, okay, you make a new Tron movie. It looked great and all, but you don't even have a good story. How long is I guarantee you there are writers in Hollywood. There's probably 50 or more that have a great Tron story, that they could tell. Yeah. And then they go with this. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's absurd.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I often say, like, if I had money, I would be the scariest mofo you ever saw in your life. Right? Because I have so many freaking ideas and stuff I would love to do, but it's always financing that slows you down, right? So anyways, on that topic, back black and white today, so I can continue doing these things. Darren's got a book, and so does Clint Holinsky. But first, I'm going to show you this. I haven't talked in many days. I'm going hoarse. My voice is getting gravelly. This is Black and White, Sins of the Father. This is the 3rd volume. And this is a 2-part story. So volume 3 and 4 are going to be 2 parts. And here's the trailer, you guys. Okay, you guys, wait, hold on. I don't want to see it again. You saw the video, the trailer here. This thing's better already than Wonder Man, and I guarantee you, it didn't cost as much as that Wonder Man trailer did.
No doubt.
This is just a couple creative people, in their studios putting stuff together on a shoestring budget. So, if you want to continue seeing more black and white stories, seeing the Hack Shack Comics Revolution happening. come by back. The link is in the description. I think Randy Howell's been putting stuff in. We are 37,330. We're going to need a little bit more than that to make all this stuff happen. So you guys keep backing, keep the faith. The book is 37 pages. We're into it. The High Octane book, the second book, is done. Pedro is going to do a couple color tweaks on it, and then it's pretty much just lettering and then printing. So we are working on this thing every day, getting closer to completion every dang darn day. So this is Reed Blackett, ex-MI10 agent. Tired of the way the world has been running, the way the powers that be. So he basically just kind of creates his own justice, which is the black and white justice. In a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. So he's kind of like a Steve Rogers, Clark Kent type character. He will always make the right decision. He is a goody, but so we don't lose our edge, we have him teamed up with White. So that's where the yin yang comes into, like personality wise, they're pretty much the opposites. He doesn't believe in the ends justify the means. She definitely does. So she'll take hostages. She'll leave bodies. She'll do whatever it takes to get the mission accomplished. So that's kind of the dynamics going on there. Sins of the Father, like I said, we're 37 pages into it. We got Aaron Sparrow working on the writing with me and Pamela. We got Alan Patrick doing breakdowns, and I'll be doing finishes, and Brian's doing fantastic color work on this 64-page epic adventure. Here's Pedro's book, the High Octane 2. The first one was a huge success, so we decided to do it again. And then you guys just come by, check it out. Like I said, the link. There's variant covers that you have to choose from. We got the John Malin variant, the Carlo Barberi variant, and of course my variant, which is right here. We got new T-shirts that we're offering and posters. We got all kinds of really cool stuff here, you guys. So like I said, click that link. If you like what you see, back today. If you've already backed, help get the word out. This is all guerrilla marketing. So thank you guys so far for making this thing the success that it is. Let's keep going, and the more the merrier, man. We'll just keep this thing going so we can make the next book and so on and so forth. So should we go? We should go in order here. So we got Darren Wagner's book. Let's go.
All right, now this campaign is not started yet. It was going to start on Halloween, but then Mike Barron announced that Bronze Star 2 is going to start on Halloween, and so I'm gonna wait a little while, probably a week or two. But Demifoot, Urban Sasquatch, 24 pages of pulse-pounding, blood-pumping, nuclear brain damage. Man Monster comics, the way you remember them, the way they should be. And we've got a number of lovely tiers here. Artwork by John Dillard, his best artwork so far.
Yeah, John's killing it. This is so good.
Yeah, if you like monster hero characters, like the original concept for Swamp Thing, obviously characters like the Hulk and Werewolf by Night, this is going to be right up your alley. You got monsters with muscles punching people through conventional building materials, bricks flying everywhere. That's the kind of comic this is. And
you have a caption that says he was punched through, what did you say, conventional building materials?
Yes, I know.
That'd be hilarious, man. Yeah.
That was one of the slogans.
Oh, the guy's sitting there in a pile of bricks. He's like, I was just punched through a pile of conventional building material.
This is what happens when I try to come up with stuff on the fly.
No, I like it.
But we have a digital. We're going to have a digital tier this time around. We didn't have that on the Indiegogo campaign. We've got obviously a T-shirt tier, and then these tiers all stack. So each tier gives you everything that was in the previous tiers. But we also have a retailer tier for a special deal for 5 copies, and then also a collector's tier for a special deal for 3 copies as well. So a lot more options this time around. And yeah, it's
So you're thinking of launching? Would that be then in November?
We're looking at probably the first week in November. I didn't and I love Mike Barron. I'm not gonna, and I don't want to compete with Bronze Star because I love Bronze Star, and that's gonna be his week as far as I'm concerned. So we'll push it back a little bit, and hopefully I can get a good launch night. So,
Yeah,
but
I've been
yeah.
talking. I've been talking with Mike behind the scenes. I can't say anything more than that.
Oh,
But let's get into this one. Wait a minute. Oh, I gotta exit yours first. There
Yep.
we go.
The bad guy. The bad guy is still live on In Demand. It's going to be closing out soon. I'm probably going to be shipping December. So if you haven't backed it yet, back it now. This will be your last chance pretty much. What is it, October? You got about a month. Probably close it down end of November and start shipping hopefully mid-October. Get this book out before January. It's done. It's ready to go. Just got to send it to the printer. So close out in about a month, shipping about a month after that. And if you haven't backed it yet, back it now. Fun, exciting book, kind of a twist on the whole James Bond theme. The bad guy actually has to save the day instead of the secret agent because the secret agent's an idiot. 60 pages, full story, full color. There's a square bound option. That's a really nice looking book. You can back it in the tiers there. Check out the rewards. And it's all wrapped up. I'm just going to be shipping out before the end of the year.
Well, very good.
I did Katie Did's channel once or twice. I think I did it with Darren, right?
Yep, you did. Mike was there too. Mike Barron was with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks great, and Clint always delivers, you guys. So you're gonna get a great book, a great read, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Darren,
I am gonna be launching a new book before the end of the year. I'm probably gonna show some artwork on it. It is Blue Bombshell related. Blue Bombshell is shipping right now. So once I'm shipping the last book, I start launching the next book. So next Pontificator show we do, I'll probably have the mailing list page up, and I'll probably show some new artwork for that. So a new book will launch before the end of the year here. Once I figure everything out, it'll probably be November, early December. So new book will be launching.
Yeah, and I'm going to answer this real quick, and then we'll close it down. When does Black and White close? I think it's April. It's in April of next year. So there's still time. Get in and back Black and White. Yeah, you guys, all the links are here. Randy's been putting his wrench work or his wrench to work. And so just click these things, you guys. Go over there. Back a book. Darren, real quick, do you have a sign-up page for?
That's something that Fund My Comic does not have. So if you signed up for the Indiegogo campaign, you'll be notified of this campaign as well. But yeah, I have to work on that. They don't have one. So
right. So you guys stay tuned to Pontificators. Darren's a regular now on the show, so he'll keep you updated. Follow him on Twitter. Do you have a YouTube, Darren?
I do. Darren Wagner is my name of my channel.
Go there, sign up. Yeah, go there, sign up. Clint's got a YouTube channel. He's on X all over the place. Yeah. Go sign up for all that stuff. And if you guys have already backed our books, thank you. And and help get the word out, man. Post around. We don't have really an advertising or any kind of budget for to help sell this stuff. So we really do rely on all you guys. And you guys always come through. We do appreciate it. And without you, we would be nothing. So thanks to all my Pontificator brothers, and thanks to everybody in the chat. We do appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Take care.